In this article, Burke's definition of man, we see a different viewpoint on how man uses symbol and the idea of symbolic interaction. And whereas with Mead, we saw that he asked the question, what is the origin of society? And he found that language was the origin of society. And within language comes the ever-present use of symbols, continual symbols. Burke, however, chooses to focus on the symbols themselves and the user of that, which is man or humankind. And that's what he believes sets us apart from the animal kingdom or from animals, is that while they do have many complex and unique interactions, one that does set us as humans apart is our ability to not only use symbols but to create them as well. And so he focuses on our ability to use these symbols. He says that while we are a typical symbol-using animal, that we still have this ability to misuse symbols, and we still have this tendency to cling to this verbal realism that doesn't necessarily properly reflect the reality around us. Words tell us a lot about the symbolic journey of our interactions, and they lead us in a certain direction, but they are almost wholly empty when it comes to the things that they represent. Like Brother Compton said in his video, words are like a map, and while they do lead you to the end goal, and often sometimes ineffectually, but sometimes eventually, they do not represent, they aren't the essence of that thing themselves. So words are more of a representative character. So Burke argues that a better definition of man is that he is symbol making rather than symbol using. And again, this is what sets him apart, as well as symbol misusing, when he forgets that these symbols are not directly representative, directly the thing that they are describing. He plays around with this idea of negativity and the idea of nothing. And what is interesting is that he argues that we cannot have an idea of nothing. The very essence of nothing negates having the idea of it. But however, in a society of symbol-using people and symbols including interactions, we can have an idea of no, or the idea of something negative based upon our understanding of it, just simply not the physical evidence of it. So this can be seen when we are using symbols and interacting, and we understand that as we respond to things, we get negative or positive feedback. And we can say that our responses stem from our understanding of whether we have received a yes or a no from various previous encounters. And that's a large part of this symbolic interaction that we encounter and relive as humans. Burke says once again that words are proved ineffective in their very nature. Related to this negativity, for proper use, we have to accept that words are not the things that they stand for. So in their very nature is a negativity that we understand and accept and purvey throughout our interactions and our societies. So this idea of negativity and the idea of no and understanding it rather than seeing and having a tangible negative is very interesting, and something that Burke talks a lot about. One last interesting portion of his article, or his theory, is whether symbol making or tool making comes first, because he does argue that another categorization of man is that he is tool making. And so, but Burke argues the prioritization of symbol making as a man. And so he says that in order to categorize tools before language, that would necessitate that we had to put language in a secondary light, and that would therefore suggest that it was merely a species of tool, a type of tool, that language was only a means by which to accomplish something, a mere tool. And while words are often incapable of expressing exactly what we are trying to say, they are this classification of them as just a tool is an injustice to what they actually provide to our communication and interaction. So it's Burke's opinion that we truly are symbol making before we are tool making. So his overall in this article, Burke argues that man is the symbol using, symbol making, and symbol misusing animal. He is inventor of the negative, or moralized by the negative, and he's separated from his natural condition by instruments of his own making, and seeking a better means of communication through understanding our role as symbol maker.